Testing, testing, testing.
Where is Pure Slogan? Do you see her anywhere? Oh, here she is. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Good evening. Welcome to the meetings of the Skokie Village Board for Monday, March 21st, 2025. This evening there will be two village board meetings, so if you're a connoisseur of board meetings, you're going to have your fill this evening. The first meeting will be the concluding session of the current village board. Hopefully it will be short. I suspect you're all here for the second meeting, which will be the swearing in of our new elected officials. I think I speak on behalf of everybody in the village of Skokie this evening. We all wish Mayor Tennis, Clerk Desai, and the 6 village trustees who will be sworn in tonight the very best. Every resident in the village wishes you the very best for your success, because your success will be the continuing success of the village of Skokie. So congratulations. And also, an impressive number of judges of the circuit court are here with us tonight. We have 5 judges of the circuit court. That is a very impressive number. I don't recall we've ever had quite that many. So the first meeting will commence with the Pledge of Allegiance. We will be led by our village clerk, Manal Desai.
Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I feel I should at least, there is one person I would like to introduce, and that is our former village manager, Al Rigoni, who goes back many years. Al?
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for coming this evening. The clerk will please call the roll.
Trustee Sutker? Here. Trustee Robinson?
Here.
Trustee Kuhn?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Pure-Slovan?
Here.
Trustee Klein is absent. Mayor Van Dusen?
Here we have a quorum. Next item is approval of the consent agenda for this evening's meeting. A motion is in order. Trustee Johnson, seconded by Trustee Pure-Slovan. Is there anything on the consent agenda anybody would like to have removed? If not, call the roll, please.
Trustee Sutker? Aye. Trustee Robinson?
Aye.
Trustee Kuhn?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Trustee Pure-Slovan? Aye. Mayor Van Dusen?
Aye, the motion passes. Next is report of our village manager, John Lockerbie.
Thank you, Mayor Van Dusen. Good evening, everyone. I have no report this evening. Thank you.
That's the art of a smart village manager. On a night like tonight, no manager's report. Report of our Corporation Counsel, Michael Lorge.
Thank you, Mayor, trustees. Good evening, everyone. The one item on my agenda for tonight, item A, was approved as part of our consent agenda at the beginning of the meeting, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. You're not going to give him a little bit of applause for coming? The concluding item of our meeting would be public comment. Is there anybody who wishes to address the village board? If not, Trustee Sucker.
I move that we adjourn sine die.
We're adjourned, so we will take a, I'm sorry.
Somebody's trying to make public comment.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I have a comment.
Okay.
Hello. Remember me from the flood in Skokie that has not been taken care of. We have not heard anything. All of a sudden, the guy who was working with us is gone. People were signing things saying they would get money. Now they're asking for more information. I was promised $2,700, which is I lost over $50,000 worth of stuff. Okay, I have all the paperwork here, all the pictures of the flood and the time it took for anything to be done. And now I'm sitting here. I emailed every one of you guys on April 2nd, asking what was gonna be done and not one answer. I have the emails here that I sent to every one of you guys, or at least most of you guys, okay? Was not answered. I am frustrated. I was then promised $2,700. A week later, oh no, we're only gonna give you the deductible. But my friend, who didn't have a deductible because her insurance didn't cover it, was promised $1,600, but now she's saying, oh, they're saying, oh well, we're gonna still investigate that, okay? Ridiculous. At the last meeting I was at, we talked about maybe helping the kids with trauma, or people who suffer with trauma in this. Nothing. I have countless emails from the city asking for the same stuff over and over and over again. Same information, like you're stalling. Okay, now I know we have a whole new group coming in. I wanna know what's gonna be done to help me, my 81-year-old dad who died with a car payment. I'm now out $19,000 for a new car that I just bought my car in 2022. Kids are so traumatized. Ridiculous. So I want to know what's gonna be done now to help us, because I didn't lose the house, my friend did, but now she lost her basement and now nothing's gonna be happening to her either. And then when the city was saying they have no liability. I've asked for an ordinance or proof of that. The law department's working on it. Well, the law department has to work on it. Why isn't it written already? That the city has no liability for it. All these things, I'm not a lawyer, but don't make sense. And it affected my entire block. But we lost just cars. Who cares we lost cars? Transportation. And FEMA or whatever doesn't cover cars or whatever. But I'm sorry, I'm a single mom with triplets. I can't afford to buy a new car and have a $200 extra payment a month. My dad, 81 years old, now he has a car payment. My transportation to work, we can't get anymore. It's gone. They don't make the car anymore. I'm paying extra in gas. What are you guys gonna do to help me, my neighbors, and everyone else was affected besides saying we have no liability? I have actually that written down.
Ma'am, let John reply.
We're very sorry for the loss that you've experienced. And so we have had some transition regarding the project management of the water main. And so if you would leave your name and number with Sylvia Luke, our deputy village clerk, I will call you tomorrow and we can talk. But we are concerned and we are going to work with you to resolve this. If you've already submitted it.
Well, I have submitted it, but I don't know if you got it because the person who did it is
If-
no longer there, so I don't know if you have that
If,
information.
if you'd like to leave a copy with Sylvia, please do.
I will
Thank
leave
you.
all the information I have. I have more information at home that I didn't print out, but this is my information.
Okay.
But again, I'm not the only one who affected. It affected my entire block.
No, we're working with about 23 individuals, and so absolutely, we want to work through it with you, and we will. And so please leave the information with
I will.
Sylvia.
And
Thank you.
it also affected businesses as well, because I was talking to my friend at Hubs, and nobody contacted them either, and they lost business. So, anyway, but thank you for your time. I'm sorry I took up time. I will, who's the city clerk is, okay. I will leave all my documentation with Sylvia. Thank you very much, and again, sorry to take up your time.
Thank you.
And congratulations to those
Not at all.
new members.
Thank you for coming tonight. Is there anybody else who wishes to address the board?
Before you turn it over, someone is texting me that there's no YouTube.
There's no YouTube.
We'll look into it and take care of it.
I
Okay.
don't know the best way to do that.
No. Trustee?
It's on now.
Okay. Trustee Sucker?
Is there anybody else before?
No.
I move that we adjourn sine die.
We'll take a short break. You will see some new faces here. So.
Wally, can you hear me? Yeah. Hey, honey.
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Whoops. John, where do I? Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Pierce-Lovan,
Here.
Trustee Klein, I'm sorry, Trustee Schechter. I'm looking at the wrong, I'm sorry. Trustee Pierce-Lovan, we'll try this again.
Still here.
Trustee Schechter. Here. Trustee Levy. Here. Trustee Robinson.
Here.
Trustee Iverson.
Here.
Trustee Levy.
Here.
Mayor Tennis.
Here. I'm going to start us off. We will one by one take the oath of office, and after that, we will each speak for 3 minutes. After that, we will open it up to comments from our family and friends. I think I was out of turn with the roll call, so you might have to do that again, Manal, sorry about that. And then we'll adjourn. So, let's get started.
Mayor, if I may take a couple minutes of the group's time. My name's Barbara Meyer. I'm a retired judge from Cook County, but before I became a judge, I worked for the Village of Skokie as Corporation Counsel and Assistant Corporation Counsel. I was here for 22 years. I've done 6 swearings in, and they never get boring, and they're always exciting, and it's always great to see the new people sworn in. So congratulations to all of you, and it's an honor to be here with you. Raise your right hand. Do you, Ann Tennis, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability? Yes. Congratulations.
All right, please raise your right hand. You, Manal Desai, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Village Clerk of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability.
I did.
Our village clerk was sworn in by the Honorable Judge Michael Weaver. Thank you, Judge Weaver.
Thank you.
Jim Iverson, and Kamani, you'll be next.
Congratulations. Raise your right hand. Do you, Jim Iverson, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of trustee of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability? Yes. Thank you so much. Raise your right hand. Do you, Kamani Levy, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of trustee of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability? Yes. Congratulations.
Now the Honorable Judge David, I want to pronounce it correctly, is it Harris?
Harris.
Harris will swear in first Lissa Levy.
You raise your right hand. Lissa Levy, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and the codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of trustee of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability.
It would be my honor to do so, yes.
Congratulations.
Delay.
Gail?
Please raise your right hand. Gail Schechter, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Trustee of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now the Honorable Judge Megan Goldish will swear in Allison Pierce-Lovan.
And much like Judge Meyer, I just want to say I'm a Skokie gal, I'm a Fairview Falcon, and a Niles West gal, so this means a lot to me, and I love Allison Pierce-Lovan, so I'm very honored to be able to do this. Raise your right hand, please. Do you, Allison Pierce-Lovan, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Trustee of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability?
It would be my honor and with the blessings of God. Thank you.
Now the Honorable Judge Stephen G. Watkins will swear in Keith Robinson.
Raise your right hand. Do you, Keith A. Robinson, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinances and codes of the Village of Skokie, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Trustee of the Village of Skokie according to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Now we'll take the roll call of the new board.
Trustee Pierce-Lovan.
Here.
Trustee Schechter.
Here.
Trustee Levy.
Here.
Trustee Robinson.
Here.
Trustee Iverson.
Here.
Trustee Levy.
Here.
Mayor Tennis.
Here. Well, we have a quorum, so we have that going for us. Now each official will have the option of providing some comments, and we're going to go in reverse order of swearing in. So Trustee Robinson, we're going to start with you.
Good evening. First, I want to thank the more than 6,000 voters who once again placed their trust in me to serve another term. Your confidence humbles me, and I do not take it lightly. I also want to thank God for ordering my steps and keeping me focused on the mission and reminding me daily that this work is not about ego, but about service. To those who are watching online, thank you. Your virtual presence and encouragement means so much. Whether you're tuning in from across town or across the country, my wife's in Texas, your support is felt and appreciated. I also want to thank my friends and family who couldn't be here today, but is showing me that digital love from afar. I feel you here with me. So looking out into the room, I am reminded of the village that has stood with me on this journey. Teachers, colleagues, fraternity brothers, lifelong friends. I see members of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, an organization committed to service since 1911. I see my friends, the chessmen of the North Shore, who have consistently shown up for students and families through scholarships and community support. I see fellow Masons who understand the value and tradition of brotherhood and purpose. I'm proud to be a part of all those spaces because they reflect who I am at my core. Someone who believes deeply in service to students, to families, to people who are often unheard and overlooked. That calling was born in me since a kid growing up as a product of my environment of Gary, Indiana. Struggling in school, raised by a single mother who lived in Section 8 housing during my childhood. We depended on public assistance, on our schools, and on the community. And yet, here I sit. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. I am grateful to bring that perspective back to this board, real, rooted, and informed by my life's work and my lived experience. To my daughters, there's Kari, and Taryn, thank you for your patience and your light. That's good. Yep, sorry. You are blessed with two parents who serve, and I hope you will continue to lead with empathy and purpose. To my wife, who would say she's the real doctor, Sharon Robinson, thank you for your sacrifice, your strength, your support. You married a man who always into something, and I appreciate you taking this time and ride along with me. So this election felt very different. While we're no longer managing the global crisis of COVID-19 like we did before, we are undeniably facing another epidemic, a national crisis of hate, division, and misinformation. What grounded me was the joy of connecting, meeting new people, walking through new neighborhoods and listening. I'm talking real deep listening. From parents concerned about their LGBTQIA+ children's future, to families unsure about where they'll live next, to folks who's worried about something as basic but as real as the rat and garbage problem. I had conversations with hundreds of doors, and I came away with new friends, new insights, and a deeper appreciation for this community. To those still engaging in online bullying, anonymous keyboard warriors, whisper campaigns, and mean-spiritedness, I invite you to reflect. Don't just look out the window and cast judgment. Look into the mirror and ask yourself the hard questions. What kind of behavior? That kind of behavior is not leadership. It's hurt masked with power. And we know hurt people hurt people. But good people really help people. So as we move forward, let's lean into community. This community is rich with non-for-profit organizations doing real healing work. You're not alone. Let's honor each other's stories. Let's model grace. Let's take this time to reset, collaborate, and move forward. To my new colleagues on the board, congratulations. We've got work to do. And if I can offer some unsolicited old head advice, check your privilege and bias at the door. This seat is not about your personal agenda. It's about our shared future. Ask questions. Be willing to learn, and recognize the brilliance of this village staff and the value of the commissioners who work tirelessly behind the scenes. We have the awesome honor and responsibility to challenge in a governing community with diverse experiences and perspectives. None of us are coming in with an overwhelming majority or mandate, but with a requirement to serve everyone, including those who don't agree or didn't vote for us. Good governance is learned, and it starts with humility. Finally, to this incredible community, please continue to hold us accountable, but do so with love, with grace, with the understanding that we are also human, doing the best we can do to serve you with integrity. The faith leaders in community, our pastors, rabbis, imams, spiritual leaders, I humbly ask you to keep us in your hearts and your thoughts, and we need your prayers. We need your covering. We need your wisdom. We need your presence as we navigate the weight and responsibility of this work. Again, thank you for this honor. Let's keep building together.
Trustee Pierce-Lovan. Thank you, Mayor. I honestly didn't prepare remarks. I want to speak a little bit from the heart this time, so if it comes out a little disjointed, I do apologize. But first, I do want to thank those who reelected me to serve the village of Skokie, in this case, District 2. I'm really honored to be able to do that. And I want to thank my past colleagues for the great work that they have led us down the path to continue. And of course, I want to recognize again Mayor Van Duzen, who's has a visionary that we need to keep upholding and work together. I would like to acknowledge and congratulate again Mayor Van, and Tennis and my new colleagues, and I look forward to working with you all together. I really think that a lot of what my colleague Dr. Robinson, not Sharon, said is something that we really have to think about. And that's what I wanted to leave this room with as well. Look around the room. Really take a moment and look around the room. Forgive the parody, but it does take a village. And yes, you elected us, and we appreciate it, but we need your voices. We need you to show up at these meetings. And I want you to look at the diversity of our community. We don't live in silos. We shouldn't live in silos. And we need to work together to keep ensuring that Skokie is the village that we want for every single person. It is astounding to see how many people have come here tonight, and so grateful for that. But don't go away. We need your voice. We need you to contact us. We need you to serve on committees and commissions. We need you to have coffees with us. We need you to help us work to ensure that Skokie is the place that you want to continue to live in. And every single one of us owe it to our new mayor to work with her to ensure that we continue making Skokie the great place it is to live in. So thank you for being here tonight, but please don't go away. Thank you.
Trustee Schechter. Good evening. It is with humility, honor, and gratitude that I accept my charge to serve the village of Skokie as your elected trustee. My philosophy of responsible democratic governance over my 40 years of community service that I developed it is this: trust your people. The underpinning of a democracy is that no one is entitled to lead a government by divine right, inheritance, military might, or wealth. With electoral reform in Skokie, a campaign that I am proud to have chaired, now no political party has that kind of privilege either. Today, you seat the first village board in decades that was elected based on our individual merits vision, and values. You have the right to expect a board that is accountable to you, as Allison said, that listens to you, and that is not only welcoming, but invites you to sit at the governing table and contribute meaningfully to improving everyone's life. I believe that an elected representative owes the people both her industry and her judgment, as parliamentarian Edmund Burke counseled. On your behalf, I will do my utmost to study every village board packet with a critical eye based on values of equity, sound economics, and community benefit. I will ask questions, do research, and consult with our village manager, commissions, and content experts. I'm excited to lend my own expertise to the village in equitable development, civil rights, fair intergenerational and mixed income housing, and aging in community. A flourishing democracy also welcomes debate. I will engage with any motion or proposal and help ensure it is discussed by this board. I will also collaborate to realize your expressed priorities. These include restoring trust between constituents and the village by ensuring more responsive services, empowering and opening up boards and commissions, co-creating a new comprehensive plan, and diversifying our economy by promoting robust, locally owned and controlled small businesses and place-based industries. Together, we will get it done. 3 years ago, on behalf of the Skokie Alliance for Electoral Reform, I ended a public comment the way I'd like to begin my tenure as your trustee, with these words: in a global world, we face complex social, economic, and environmental issues that require a marshaling of our diversity. We need all perspectives at the table to solve in a nonviolent and mutually supportive way the problems that affect us all. So as your trustee, I will show courage and trust our people. Thank you.
Lisa Levy.
Hello, everyone. Well, a lot of things have already been said, so I'll keep it relatively short and sweet. It is an honor to serve you. It really is kind of one of my wildest dreams. I never thought that this would happen. And as we look forward to the term to come, there is so much room for hope, for joy, for kinship, and for the collaboration in the really hard work that's coming ahead. I'm excited to roll up my sleeves and dig into that work with all of these amazing public servants. From the knowledge and experience of our incumbents, like Trustee Robinson and Trustee Pierce-Lovan, to the vision and energy of us newly elected, I'm encouraged by the resources we have at our fingertips and the opportunity to transform our village. I'd like to focus on a new style of governance, and as Gail mentioned, having accessibility to your elected representatives, as I demonstrated in my campaign, is critical for good governance, responsive governance, and making sure that we're taking care of our community. My intentions while serving are to accurately represent what your needs are, your vision, and what your priorities are, and in other words, to embody the entire idea of representative government. And we may not always agree, but I will always do my best to balance the ideas, the information, and the resources towards the betterment of District 3 and to all of Skokie. To my new colleagues, I want to emphasize my commitment to working with each and every one of you toward a solutions-oriented approach and to cultivate a culture of dignity, respect, and mutual understanding. In these times, It is critical that we balance the chaos of the national stage and that we are steadfast in our commitment to protecting ourselves, our neighbors, and our community. We are entering a new political era, and the gravity of the times demands nothing less from us. So, with that, I look forward to serving you the next 2 years, and I thank you so much for coming out, and thank you so much for your support, and I thank you all for being here.
Trustee Levy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here today before you, deeply honored and incredibly humbled to be sworn in as trustee of the Village of Skokie for District 1. First, I want to thank my family, my friends, and everyone who supported me through this journey. Your belief in me gave me strength to step forward, and your voices are the reason I'm here today. I also want to thank the residents of Skokie, all of you, for entrusting me with this responsibility, one that I will not take lightly. Skokie's more than a village. It's a vibrant, diverse, resilient community, and it's a place where neighbors look out for each other and where cultures thrive side by side, where progress doesn't mean losing our identities. It means embracing what makes us strong. As your trustee, I commit to showing up, not just to these meetings, but at our schools, at our businesses, at our community centers, and wherever Skokie residents live, work, and dream. We're going to face challenges as a board, and we know and understand this. We want to ensure that there's public safety. We want to keep housing affordable. We want to invest in sustainable infrastructure. We want inclusive economic growth, all these things. And I believe that when we listen to each other as a board, that we can and will lead with courage and compassion and create bold, long-lasting solutions for the Village of Skokie. I want to, along with my other newly elected colleagues, bring fresh energy, transparent communication, and forward-thinking leadership to this board. My goal is sort of simple, to serve with integrity, of course, to lead with empathy for all the residents, and to make sure that every voice on every block is heard from every background, and we are heard and respected at the table. Together, we can build a future that honors our past, so thank you to our past trustees, and embraces innovation, equity, and unity that will define Skokie generations for a long, long time to come. Thank you all for your trust, and I'm ready to get to work, just like Lissa, for you all, and because of you. Thank you.
Trustee Iverson.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm Jim Iverson, and I've been very impressed by the people I've watched up here, and so it's intimidating for anyone like me to be here. And of course, it's also exciting, and I'm excited about the work, and I've heard from all of you multiple times, and speaking after such incredible speeches is really nice, because I truly have nothing I have to say. I can just sort of coast. But I'm excited about the work, but I'm going to miss the campaign, because it was just really fun, and it says something about all of us. I want to make a point of mentioning the individuals as well as the groups that organized events and surveys and opportunities for people to communicate face to face. We've all talked about communication and how critical it is, but for many of us, face to face is the means of communication that matters the most. Everything else put together as a distant second. There's so many kind and beautiful people So many, but there's just a few right there that I want to mention. First, of course, my wife, and Gloria, my wife Gloria, and then Tina Macias and Wally Corrigan, who were, many of you met Tina and Wally, many of you met Wally, so you know. And then I want to mention Eddie. I feel as though we were very normal to one another, but it's interesting what a splash it made, which also says something. And we can all talk about that more later. And then I want to mention you, James Johnson. For all the obvious reasons, but you've been an inspiration to so many, and certainly it's been a huge effect upon me. So thank you, James. The work that we're all going to be doing together is exciting and important and intimidating, the scope of what we must do. But on the subject of communication, since there's 25% or 30% voted, which is, really, really good. But our village is far larger than that. And communication is a critical issue that really requires, it's a two-way street. Everyone in Skokie has got to feel comfortable reaching out, whatever way works. Now, what works with me is face-to-face. And, failing that, a phone call. I got a phone call just an hour ago from a new constituent. And then another village resident, just spoke to me earlier today about a concern. And then there was one of our residents was talking right now. Take the time, go ahead and communicate to us with whatever way works for you. There's a lot of ways that I'm bad at. And again, the community can help us with the forms of communication we're bad at. And I encourage everybody to do that. And what Allison was speaking about and others about involvement, that is, we've got an incredible village full of experts. So many people. It's a lot more than 9% or 25% or 30%. It's a lot of people. So be involved, in any way that you're comfortable with, because it can really matter. The more people that look at the issues that face us, the more likely... Was that mine?
You're on a roll. I was going to just let you keep going until I asked Keith to give you the hook, but go ahead.
That's all. We have a wonderful village, and it's special, and we're different, and I think we've demonstrated that we are different. We're not like any other village.
Our village clerk, Manal Desai.
Good evening, everyone. I am here today with a heart full of gratitude and a deep sense of responsibility. Living here for over 30 years, I've had the privilege of being an active resident, a proud parent, a Skokie Park District Commissioner, and I am incredibly honored and humbled to have been elected as your next Skokie Village Clerk. Thank you for all your support. Running for office takes a toll on all of us, our families, and our friends. It's not easy, and it demands time, energy, and resilience. I want to thank my family for standing by me through it all. For the missed dinners, the late nights, and the moments I couldn't be there. Your love and patience mean everything to me. Family will always come first, and I promise to make it up to you guys. I want to thank everyone who stood by me through this journey. Your support, whether it was a kind word, a shared post, a donation, a vote, it all meant the world to me. This is a time for us to come together to keep our community strong. I say this often, we are all proud to live in Skokie, and in order to keep it thriving, we need to work together. We cannot allow division or negativity to hold us back. We owe it to one another to move forward with respect, purpose and kindness. The key is to listen and honor the values that make Skokie such a special place to live for all of us. I want to sincerely thank Mayor George Van Dusen for his decades of leadership and service to our village. I want to recognize Ralph Klein, Edie Sutker, and James Johnson for their service and dedication to this community. Kem, thank you, and it has been an honor to serve with you, both on the Park District Board and here at the village. I would like to wish Mayor Ann Tennis and our new board much success as they step into their new roles, and Keith Robinson and Allison Pierce-Lovan for your continued service. It's no easy feat, I say it again, to run for office or to serve in office, and your contributions should never go unnoticed. Together, we can work to shape a future we can all be proud of. In my time serving by appointment, I've seen firsthand how hard working and dedicated everyone in our village works. Thank you, John, Michael, Nick. From Village Hall to Public Works to our police and fire departments, I'm truly excited to continue working with all of them to serve our community with care and excellence Skokie deserves. This role is not about me, it's about all of us. Although my position is not one that involves policy or voting, my commitment to this community remains unwavering. I will continue to serve every member of our community, from our youth to our seniors, with dedication, compassion, and integrity. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
What they said. What a wonderful evening, full of joy and promise for our community. Thank you to everyone who entrusted all of us to guide our community. As has been said in the last few minutes, whether you voted for one of us, all of us, some of us, we will represent you. I had the privilege of knowing and briefly working with Skokie's first woman mayor, Jacqueline Gorell. Early in my career, I also had the privilege of working with numerous other women mayors, Lorraine Morton and Joan Barr from Evanston, Madeline Grant from Lincolnwood, Nancy Furfer from Glenview, and the great Sheila Schultz from Wheeling. I stand on their shoulders this evening. I would like to thank Mayor Van Dusen, Trustees Johnson, Kuhn, Klein, and Sutker for their many years of dedicated and innovative service to our community. I would also like to thank my fellow new board members for their love and care for our community and their willingness to serve. Gratitude also to their families for their willingness to share their loved ones' time and attention with all of us. Together, let's establish an atmosphere of respect, trust, transparency, and heartfelt collaboration that centers on listening to the community, all aspects of the community, the boards and commissions, our faith leaders, the wonderful nonprofits, and our government partners, everyone who contributes to making our community as rich and strong as it is. We must listen to the community, to each other, and to our dedicated, talented village staff. Our work also must center on believing that we all, and the people who come to speak to us and who seek us out, come from a place of goodness, a place of love for our community. We will create common ground, find ways to say yes, building on everything that makes Skokie such a wonderful community. I believe that we will see that the best decisions we make will often include components of our differing thoughts and opinions on the issues we face. And I also believe, and I know, that we are all stronger and better together. In closing, I would like to offer some additional personal thanks to my husband Howard and daughter Carly. To my son Tom and my young grandsons Walter and Oliver, who are staying up too late to watch from North Carolina. To so many dear friends, family members, and neighbors who are here this evening, either in person, virtually, or in spirit. Finally, I must acknowledge my wonderful father, Jim Riley, who modeled for me the importance of a lifetime of service. Now let's get to work. Thank you. We now have public comment. Would anyone like to address the board? Oh, Jim, she's going rogue.
And I'm sure it's not.
Please state your name and your address.
My address too?
No, do we have to give the address? Just your name.
Oh,
sorry, just your name.
Gloria Iverson. I'd just like to say, I've watched 3 of my 4 sons take the oath, dedicate themselves to honoring the Constitution, and it gave me great joy to see my husband finally get to take that oath as well. Now you don't have to feel bad when they say, people, if you're in the military, please stand up. You don't have to say, how about the Peace Corps? I would also like to thank Eddie Oliveri. I hope that this is not your last election. I think your letter that I got to read showed somebody with dignity, honesty, and integrity. Our country right now is in great need of people like you. So I truly hope that you run for office again. I think state senator, congressperson would really suit you, and I think our country will be better for it. Thank you.
I'm Matt Temkin, a Skokie resident of 10 years. Mayor of Tennis and Board of Trustees and Village. Can you hear me okay? Sorry about that. Mayor Tennis and Board of Trustees, congratulations on your election and welcome to a new era of village governance. Tonight is a momentous occasion. As a nearly 10-year Skokie resident, I am grateful for the progress toward the long overdue change this village has sought. There is nothing greater than local governance than resident engagement, representation, transparency, and ethics, which was evident in the first truly contested election. What we just witnessed was historic candidate participation and voter turnout. Many of us here tonight took great pride in having an impact on this election, leaving us with a new sense of hope. While we welcome a new mayor and 4 new trustees, I want to take a moment to recognize and honor the person who is responsible for ushering in this new era, Trustee James Johnson. None of this change we see tonight would be possible without the vision, determination, and community-driven approach James embarked on 4 years ago when they were elected as Skokie's first truly independent trustee. From James's initial campaign to their 4 years on the board, James never wavered in their dedication to democracy, ethics, and to the people of Skokie. While James faced a lack of partnership from the village and attacks from the community, their promise endured, which culminated in the citizen-led passing of 4 referendums and the enactment of term limits. While many of us, including myself, are disappointed James will no longer be a member of the village's elected leadership, I am confident their impact will carry on. As we embark on a new term in a time of great chaos and harm that has affected so many in our diverse community and abroad, please keep in mind what one of our newly elected trustees has always maintained, and that is to start with the people. Thank you.
My name is Kimberly Polka. It's a new day in Skokie for the first time since Carvana. We have a timer that the speaker can see. This is a beautiful board. I have great hope for the village. I am so happy to see you all up there. And I just want to thank you all for being willing to serve us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren Gradnicki. First, I want to congratulate the incoming board. And also, I think that the shot clock is a great idea, and it helps all of us stay on track. I heartily accept the invitation to come and talk to the board at almost every board meeting, and I really hope that everybody else out here and who are listening online and the people who aren't listening tonight will take you up on that too, and we're going to need more chairs because people are sitting on the floor. Thank you. Good night.
Hi, my name is Ted Smuckler. I live at 8500 Lawndale. And I want to congratulate all of you. Particularly, I worked for Gail, and I encouraged her to run for mayor, but she decided trustee was enough. I think the result of this election, the fact that there was 3 times as much turnout as in previous elections and way more candidates, has to do with the electoral reform that James Johnson and Gail Schechter led. The other thing I want to say is that I am incredibly concerned that we live in a fascist state now in the United States, that the rule of law is not being obeyed by our highest elected officials, and that we as a community need to take care of ourselves to protect immigrants, to protect people of color, to protect gay and lesbian and trans people, to protect everybody who's threatened right now. And believe me, we're threatened. I believe I myself am threatened. I posted political comments on Facebook and other places, and I could see myself being disappeared by this administration. So we all have to take care of each other. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to address the board? If not, I would ask for a motion to adjourn and a second. Moved by trustee Pearson, second by trustee Levy. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.